Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Right now, I'm bringing a video about the White House just announced that they are creating a new task force that will declassify all these things that we've been wondering about, even since I was a little kid. Like, things like JFK assassination, MLK assassination, possibly the moon landing, um, UFOs, things like that, even 9/11. So here it is. Check it out.
We will open this up for questions from the media, but first I'd like to hand it over to my esteemed colleague and chairman of the new task force, Congresswoman Luna, for her remarks.
Thank you, Chairman Comer. When our founding fathers stood against tyranny, they did not merely oppose taxes. They defended the sacred idea of individual sovereignty. They declared that no government, agency, or title could infringe upon the freedoms of speech, religion, thought, and the pursuit of truth.
I think about that though. The U.S. government's been, if they have been lying to us for all this time, and now they got this task force that can go into, opening things, letting us know what's really happening, behind the curtain. Just think about all the things, all the possibilities that could open up because of that. You know, things like what's actually going into our food, you know, is the ozone actually, broken, destroyed, whatever. Just things like that, it goes further into, certain questions that we have, like, the 9/11, you know, all other types of attacks. Were we there? Were we not there? So if they're actually going to start declassifying all this stuff, that's going to be amazing. It's going to be historic, actually, because for once within, like, at least the history that I know of since I've been alive, that they actually, pulling back the curtain and let us see what's going on back there.
For too long, the American spirit has been dimmed by a veil of secrecy, by a government that has grown too comfortable in the shadows, denying us the transparency we deserve. But today, we stand at the dawn of a new era where the light of truth begins to shine through. A few weeks ago, President Donald Trump made a historic announcement. With the stroke of a pen, he committed to declassifying the files concerning the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy, Robert F. Kennedy, and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., a decision not just monumental, but pivotal. It is with profound honor that I have been entrusted by Speaker Mike Johnson and Chairman James Comer to lead the House Oversight Task Force on Declassification of Federal Secrets. Together with the help of the White House, our intelligence allies, the Department of Defense, the Department of Justice, we will be conducting investigations into the following: the assassinations of JFK, RFK, and Dr. Martin Luther King, unidentified aerial phenomena, also known as UAPs,
or UFOs. That's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be crazy if like you got to think about Area 51. Places like that. Did they actually find aliens? Did they actually come here? Because like that puts a lot of things to rest. As far as, are we actually alone in the universe? You know, and although I don't believe it, the whole flat Earth thing, I believe the Earth is round, but they could put that to bed once for all too. Like certain parts of the moon, like as far as the landing, 8 places on Earth that, they say that nothing happens, but I believe that a lot of things happen, and a lot of governments actually keep things in secrecy. So this would be awesome.
and unidentified submerged objects, also known as USOs, the Epstein client list, the
Epstein.
origins of COVID-19, and the 9/11 files.
COVID.
This task force
What
will
about
be a
Bigfoot,
beacon of
damn it?
bipartisanship. On the Republican side,
Loch Ness
Representatives
Monster.
Burchett, Boebert, Burleson, Crane, Gill, and Mace will be joining me, although I'd like to note that I'm expanding this to the entire governing body and will be allowing certain members to waive on. Our first hearing is set for March. The date will be announced soon, and we've
month.
already initiated close to a dozen communications with various agencies, to include Pam Bondi at the Department of Justice and the Secretary of State. This will no longer be a task force that makes bold promises only to fade into irrelevance or send strongly worded letters. This will be a relentless pursuit of truth and transparency, and we will not stop until the American people have the answers they deserve. We will cut through the bureaucracy, challenge the stonewalling, and ensure that the American people finally get the truth that they have been denied for too long. If we are to endure and thrive as a nation, we must restore trust through transparency. The American people must be trusted to think for themselves, to form their own judgments from the truth that they are entitled to know. We've been treated like children for too long and kept in the dark by those we elected to serve us. It is my solemn duty to begin mending this trust, to form a new relationship between the government and the governed. Let us embark on this journey together towards a government that does not serve, but one that enlightens. That does not just serve, but one that enlightens. Trust through transparency, that begins now.
About damn time. Gotta think about it, because like all these years that have gone by, that we as Americans just pretty much take, have to believe what they tell us. Even when I was in the military, certain things that they don't tell you. But now they starting, like I said, they starting to pull back the curtain and lift up the veil, so to speak, and we get to see what's going on. Because President Trump wants to, like he says, transparency, lead through transparency. So that's a first. If it actually falls, goes through and everything, is written in stone, that's gonna be pretty awesome as far as what we get to find out, what we get to finally see for ourselves, as far as the United States and all the things happening around the world, like whether deep down in the ocean to what's going on out, out of planet, you know, in space. So that's gonna be pretty cool. But let me know your comments, your thoughts about this. Leave comments down below. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and catch me in the next video. Peace.